Let's bring it. I see a veteran up in here, man. MJ. Let's bring in my good friend, man. How you doing, brother? I know you got a lot to say about scam. I know you
got man. That's his name, Darling Scam. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, bro. I hate to tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Dan.
Tell me, bro.
As a Laker, you guys gotta stop thinking of mediocre.
Got these poppers going crazy.
That dude,
I'm the man.
now y'all got on one channel, they say the players are trash.
I sent your girl a message
on his one channel
when I can.
He's talking about you right now. The locker room.
I ain't never read it.
He said all the players are trash.
Cause pussy's only pussy and I get it when I need it.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. So that's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her. You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
Ticket TV, he calls LeBron James fans jockstrap sniffers. So this is for you guys. If you're watching, shout out to all the LeBron James jockstrap sniffers. This is for you.
It's not a victory till the day I finally
Ticket TV, he calls LeBron James fans jockstrap sniffers. So this is for you guys. If you're watching, shout out to all the LeBron James jockstrap sniffers. This is for you.
Of all of the people that we talk about, LeBron fans are the only ones that even message me, contact me. One recently sent me a death threat, talking about you can't come to LA. LeBron fans.
LeBron fans.
So, man, I'm so in love. I miss your touch. I wanna get back every day, cause it means so much to me.
I gonna tell you why the beef started with me and Reggie, right? Reggie fucked one of my niggas' bitches, right? The locker room went to fuck one of my niggas' bitches, right? That's what he fucking did. He fucking disrespected the bitch.
Oh man, folks, we are back, man. We are back, folks. We gotta get into the conversation, folks. We gotta get into this tonight, man. This was actually a topic, folks, that I was going to get to last night, but then the news broke, folks, that Luka Doncic, folks, Puka Dookie, news broke that Puka Dookie, folks, was not going to be a finalist for the MVP award, folks. So we had to basically scrap this show and push this show back. So yeah, we discussed Puka Dookie last night. I was actually going to get to this show earlier in the day, but then the Mayonnaise Media folks, they had some comments about Puka that we had to address on the daytime show, right? So now, folks, we are back, and we are back to discuss my GOAT, LeBron James, all right? We are back, folks. We are most definitely back. Y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video, folks.
LeBron fans. LeBron fans. LeBron fans. LeBron fans.
Folks, we are here to discuss LeBron tonight, folks. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, man. Y'all do me a favor, folks. Let's get these likes up, folks. Let's get these likes up, man. So, yeah, Derek Fisher, folks, former Laker great, 5-time champion, if I'm not mistaken, with the Los Angeles Lakers, folks. He had some very, very interesting comments, folks. He had some very, very interesting comments about LeBron James. And that's really what I want to focus on tonight, okay? Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. We got Flash White, A-Hall, Hero for Hire. We got Banco, Bob the Builder, 678 Ken. He said, evolving to Prime Magic is crazy work. Shout out to Joshua. We got Tyler. Shout out to KO Sports. What's going on, man? Who else we got in here? Shout out to JJ. He said LaMagic James. Shout out to HC Picks, CPA Joe, Swagger Brown. What's going on, man? We got Daniel Berry, BJ. What up, man? Skino, Big Vic. What's going on, man? You said what kind of show is this? I don't know, man. I don't know what we're doing over here, dude. We got Jay Hugh. You said, to be fair, Prime Magic would likely put up crazier numbers.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Okay, sure. We got Dax. You said guys like Trevor Lane polluting the minds of Laker fans, saying Bron is the third option. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this show, folks. So after Saturday's game, right? Let's just go ahead and get into the box score. Saturday's game, folks, I was in awe. I was in awe as a fan of the sport, and the performance that we got from the Los Angeles Lakers, right? DeAndre Ayton, he outplayed Sengun. Luke Kennard had 27 points, more points than any playoff game in Austin Reeves' career, and he did that in his first career playoff game as a Laker. So, you know, obviously, there were so many other storylines on Saturday, folks. I mean, you could have made the argument Luke Kennard was the star of the game. You could have even argued, honestly, for DeAndre Ayton being the star of the night as well. Same thing with, LeBron James. You know, DeAndre Ayton, though, he was 80% from the field. Luke Kennard, he shot 100% from the three-point line. And LeBron James, I believe, folks, in that first quarter, if I'm not mistaken, he had, 8 assists in that first quarter? We've never even seen that before, if I'm not mistaken, in the postseason. So he set another record, folks. As you guys know, he's already the leading scorer in NBA playoff history, as well as the regular season. Okay, we got LeBron fans in the building.
LeBron fans!
What's going on, fellas? We got FBA Quicksand, we got Flash White, and we got Joshua. We got LeBron fans in the building, folks. So, yeah, LeBron James, I mean, he controlled the game from start to finish. You know, whatever we needed from him, he gave it to us, right? So, obviously, you know, a lot of people got to talking after the game about LeBron James, clearly. So one person, folks, that got to talking about LeBron James was a former Laker. He goes by the name of Derek Fisher, okay? Now, let me play you guys what Derek Fisher had to say about LeBron James after the game on Saturday. Here we go, folks.
We could say this is his Magic Johnson era right now, though. Yeah. Where, maybe the athleticism has dipped a little, even though he's still finishing a lot of plays above the rim. But to be able to go out in 19 points, 13 assists, 9 rebounds, understanding first quarter, I'm going to get everybody involved, I'm going to get us out on the break, I'm going to get my shooters some rhythm, and then finding pockets where, I'm going to score, I'm going to hit you with a little jump hook, I'm going to hit you with a mid-post turnaround jumper. To me, watching Magic and watching you guys, the way he can just manipulate and control the game without necessarily being the fastest or the most athletic, it's not a downgrade to say that at this stage in LeBron's journey, it could be like a Magic Johnson era where you can still win championships with a guy like him leading the charge.
I'm so in love.
And the goofball that said in LeBron, no, you're not a LeBron James fan. Hey, all the people on this chat, if anybody bring up the other players, they not a LeBron James fan. So we cut them out. We the real LeBron James fans.
Facts.
We the real, hey, everybody on here, we the real LeBron James fans. That goofball on the other channel, excuse my French, he's a D-head. I ain't gonna say the word. He a D-head. He's not a LeBron James fan. He just trying to get likes. If I love y'all, I would not follow him because he a goofball.
ladies and gentlemen, you guys just heard what Derek Fisher just said. Okay. Fascinating comments from Derek Fisher. Now, obviously, you guys aren't going to hear anybody in the mayonnaise media talking about these comments, right? They're not going to do a show or a segment or a video on this audio from Derek Fisher. They're not going to do it, folks. Why? Because, folks, they don't like that LeBron is still this good, right? They don't like this. So they're not going to discuss it, but we will, right? So I have so many thoughts about this, honestly, folks. I don't even know where to begin, right? I really don't even know where to begin, right? So let's just start with the Magic Johnson bit. This is actually fascinating. And this is what I've been trying to explain to people for a while now. Because whenever we get to discussing LeBron James and his value, all people can point to is his age, right? That's the main thing people point to is his age. Oh, he's 41. And I'm like, okay. What does this have to do with basketball? What is LeBron James being 41? What does that have to do with basketball? Right? We got Xavier. What's going on, man? So, folks, from a basketball perspective, right? 41-year-old LeBron James is still one of the best players in the NBA. Now, obviously, if you've been following LeBron throughout his entire career, obviously, right, he isn't as athletic as he used to be, obviously. But what people don't understand is that the gap between a prime LeBron James and the next athletic guy was so far. I mean, we're talking like the distance between LA to New York. So even though LeBron is 41 and the gap has closed a little bit, folks, that doesn't take away from the fact that he's still better than 95% of the NBA at the age of 41. It doesn't change that. People are like, oh, well, LeBron isn't what he used to be. Well, duh. I mean, he is 41. Like, what are you expecting? Are you expecting 23-year-old LeBron? Of course, he's not what he used to be. But what he used to be was so much better than the rest of the entire NBA that now that he's regressed a little bit athletically, right? That doesn't change the fact that he's still among the best players in the NBA. And because they hate that, right? They got to age shame him. Oh, but he's 41. Oh, but 41-year-old LeBron is still better than your favorite player in his prime. Yeah, LeBron has regressed a little bit, folks. Yeah, he's regressed a little bit. I'll admit that, and I'm a LeBron fan.
LeBron fans.
I'm a LeBron fan, and I will admit LeBron has regressed a little bit athletically, clearly. So, okay, so let's just say prime LeBron is the GOAT, and he's regressed a little bit. So who is he now? He's prime Magic Johnson now. Folks, think about that for a second. If LeBron at his prime, at his peak, was the greatest player to ever walk the earth, what is LeBron James at 41? He's just simply a prime Magic Johnson now. What is Magic, like the 5th greatest player of all time? You got LeBron, you got Jordan, you got Kareem, you got Wilt, maybe Magic. Maybe you put Magic at 4, whatever, 4, 5, 6. Magic's around there. He's like top 5 NBA player of all time. So if LeBron James was number 1 at the peak of his powers of all time, and now he's 41 and he's regressed a little bit, now what is he? Is he the 5th greatest of all time now? Now he's Magic at this age. Wow, now he's Magic Johnson. And you want to know what the craziest part about all of this is, folks? Is Magic Johnson won championships. Let me play you guys what Derek Fisher said one more time. Because Derek Fisher still believes you can win championships with LeBron James.
We could say this is his Magic Johnson era right now, though. Yeah. Where, like, maybe the athleticism has dipped a little, even though he's still finishing a lot of plays above the rim. But to be able to go out in, like, 19 points, 13 assists, 9 rebounds, understanding first quarter, I'm going to get everybody involved. I'm going to get us out on the break. I'm going to get my shooters some rhythm. And then finding pockets where, oh, yeah, I'm going to score. I'm going to hit you with a little jump hook. I'm going to hit you with a mid-post turnaround jumper. Like, to me, watching Magic and watching you guys, like, the way he can just manipulate and control the game without necessarily being the fastest or the most athletic. It's not a downgrade to say that at this stage in LeBron's journey, it could be like a Magic Johnson era where you could still win championships with a guy like him leading the charge.
I'm a rolling stone.
LeBron fans.
We got Tyler in the chat. He said Derek Fisher knows ball. Exactly. I agree with Derek Fisher 1,000%, folks. You can still obviously win championships with LeBron at this stage. But see, the only difference now, and this is what the LeBron detractors don't want to admit. See, a younger LeBron, he could drag sorry-ass teammates to a finals. But now that LeBron is 41, now all he needs is just adequate enough teammates. That's what he needs now. He's no longer young enough, athletic enough, youthful enough to drag bums to the NBA Finals. He can't do that anymore. So now he's going to need what all the other great players had, which is elite coaching and elite teammates. That's what he's going to need now. But instead, y'all want to give him Aston Reeves and Puka. No, they have to go. I told y'all, we can win it. We have pieces on this roster that we can win a championship with. Marcus Smart is a championship piece. DeAndre Ayton is a championship piece. Rui Hachimura, I believe you can win with Rui. I believe you can still win with LeBron. I believe if Jackson is coming off your bench, you can keep Jackson. I believe you can potentially do some things with Luke Kennard. The problem with this roster that nobody wants to talk about, and I'm referring to the mayonnaise media, they don't want to talk about this because they don't want to have a real conversation. They just want an echo chamber of beta cucks who all they do is agree with each other all day and there's never any pushback, right? But the real problem with the Lakers is they're trying to build a team around 2 white dudes who haven't done anything in the NBA. That's the problem. Exactly. Giannis and LeBron, game over. Exactly, Raiderville. If I'm running the Lakers, I'm trading Luka and Austin Reeves for Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's what I'm going to do. I'm trading Luka and Reeves, and I'm building around LeBron and DA, and I'm going to build around Giannis for the future. I would even trade him for Anthony Davis back. Yeah, I would trade them to Washington for Anthony Davis back. I would. Seriously, I would. We can still win with a LeBron-led team. LeBron is proving that. He's showing that. Once again, we have good pieces on this team. The problem is you have two unathletic, ball-dominant, losing players in Luka and Austin Reeves. And that's who the Lakers are trying to build around. And that's why it hasn't been successful. People keep saying, oh, all you got to do is build around Luka. Nico Harrison tried that. It didn't work. And then he traded him. When has a GM ever gave up on LeBron, chat? When did this happen? We don't get traded, folks. Luka got traded at 25, man. Y'all keep saying, oh, we got to build the team around Luka. They already did that, and he still lost in 5. It didn't work. But y'all don't want to blame him. Y'all want to blame Kyrie. Y'all want to blame PJ Washington. Y'all want to blame Daniel Gafford. Y'all want to blame Jason Kidd. Y'all want to blame Nico. At some point, when are y'all going to hold him accountable for being a loser? At some point, you have to hold him accountable for being a loser and playing losing basketball. And this is why he won't ever improve, because y'all continue to co-sign his filthy habits. And then the mayonnaise media, we did a show earlier, all they do is co-sign his filthy habits. Let me play you guys the audio again from the mayonnaise media, from Trevor Lame and the 3 beta cucks over there on the Fakers Collective. Let me play you guys the audio again, folks. Watch this. All they do, what's their channel called? Fakers Collective. Let me play you guys the show they did from earlier today. The 3 beta cucks. All they do is co-sign Puka. No matter what he does. At this point, Puka could shit on Trevor Lane and he's going to co-sign it. Take a listen to this, folks. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of context, if you guys didn't catch the show we did earlier. After Saturday's win, obviously everybody was talking about how much better the Lakers offense looked without Luka. So earlier today on the Fakers Collective show, people were in their chat room saying how much better the offense looked with LeBron running the show than with Luka. Trevor Lane, ladies and gentlemen, he snapped on his own fan base. He snapped on his own audience, folks. Take a listen to this. Here we go.
We would have thought coming in. Now, I do want to address one thing. I'm seeing a little bit of the conversation in the chat right now that, well, the ball is simply moving more for the Lakers now. See, this is the way that the Lakers need to play. And Luka was not allowing the ball to move the way he needed to. Keep in mind that you may find, and indeed, if you dig into the numbers, the Lakers passed the ball more since they lost Luka compared to before. Some of that is you have less guys who are capable of breaking down their man one-on-one, and so they're naturally going to move the ball more. But I think there's two things that sometimes get confused, and that's the aesthetics of something, and that's seeing the ball move. There is a certain joy to that. I like seeing everybody get involved. I've talked about it on our shows before. I've talked about it during the live play-by-plays that I do. But there's a difference between that and efficient offense. And what Luka does, while some people may not find it as aesthetically pleasing, others may. There is no denying that it is very effective and very efficient offensively. And that ultimately is the goal, putting the ball in the basket. The Lakers are a better offensive team with Luka Doncic than without. So it's not like watching this game and saying, oh, I like seeing the ball move the way it does. You can't make that leap that, oh, see, they're better without Luka because the ball's moving more. And we know there's agendas and things out there, but sometimes people get confused by what they see versus what the numbers will actually tell you. And the ultimate goal, whether you enjoy the way that it happens or not, the ultimate goal is to put the ball in the basket as efficiently as possible. And with that being the case, there's no denying that they absolutely miss Luka. And hopefully, fingers crossed, they can get back Luka and or Austin at some point. Well, yeah, if it's not in this series, then hopefully by the next one.
I'm a rolling stone. I'm too hot for you to own.
Austin Reeves. Foul baiter.
In a whip that's meant to speed. If I hurt you, would you leave?
Shut your bitch ass up.
I learned the game from some heavyweights.
LeBron
catching
fan.
buses, making change from another place.
Folks, you guys just heard what the mayonnaise media, you guys just heard what they said earlier. Laker fans, their fans, LeBron fans. Everybody was noticing how much better the Lakers offense looked. And they called it out. And then Trevor Lane, folks, he had to check his audience like, well, actually, no, dude, we're not dumb, gang. We're not dumb, dude. Our offense looks better without Luka. It does. But what does Trevor Lane do? What does the mayonnaise media do? They're simping for Luka. Well, the objective is to put the ball in the hole. No, it's not, dude. The objective is to win, which we're not doing. That's the objective. I told y'all they don't want to win. Y'all thought I was trolling. I told y'all they don't care about winning. They don't care. They could care less. You had Jason Simp 2 weeks ago when Luka faked the injury. He literally said on the show, he's like, yeah, Luka, just take the rest of the summer off. Go see your kids and let's try to run it back next year and win it all next year. What? We got the playoffs, gang, in 2 weeks, and you talking about tell Luka to take the rest of the summer off? Chat, they're not serious. They could care less about winning. All they care about is maintaining a white face of the Lakers. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. They don't want to go back to blackface. They want whiteface. That's the truth. As long as the Lakers leader is white, they could care less of the result. They could give a shit.
Like, Luka, look, you just standing there. Look, watch this again, Luka. He just went right by. Luka, what are you doing?
I'll say there was some effort on that one.
Fouling. Luka, what are you doing? Get back in the play, Luka. Luka. You would hate me. Luka, come on, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, I keep telling y'all, man, this rabbit hole, it gets disgusting. It gets dirty down here in this rabbit hole, chat. Seriously. They don't even want any pushback. That's what was happening in the chat earlier today on their show. They were getting pushback in the chat. People were saying, yo, our offense looks better without Luka. Trevor Lane had to quickly shut that shit down. Well, hold on. I've got to stop the show real quick. Because I see some people in the chat saying the offense is better without Luka. Chat, they don't want y'all to think for yourselves, dude. They want to think for you. They don't want us to use our minds. They don't want us to use critical thinking, right? They want to think for you. Seriously. They want to tell you what you should think. Well, actually, I don't know about that.
Problem. I think this very well flips the series in the Lakers' favor compared to what we would have thought coming in. Now, I do want to address one thing. I'm seeing a little bit of the conversation in the chat right now that, well, the ball is simply moving more for the Lakers now. See, this is the way that the Lakers need to play. And Luka was not allowing the ball to move the way he needed to. Keep in mind that you may find, and indeed, if you dig into the numbers, the Lakers passed the ball more since they lost Luka compared to before. Some of that is you have less guys who are capable of breaking down their man one-on-one, and so they're naturally going to move the ball more. But I think there's two things that sometimes get confused, and that's the aesthetics of something, and that's seeing the ball move. There is a certain joy to that. I like seeing everybody get involved. I've talked about it on our shows before. I've talked about it during the live play-by-plays that I do. But there's a difference between that and efficient offense. And what Luka does, while some people may not find it as aesthetically pleasing, others may, there is no denying that it is very effective and very efficient offensively. And that ultimately is the goal, putting the ball in the basket. The Lakers are a better offensive team with Luka Doncic than without. So it's not like watching this game and saying, oh, I like seeing the ball move the way it does. You can't make that leap that, oh, see, they're better without Luka because the ball's moving more. And we know there's agendas and things out there, but sometimes people get confused by what they see versus what the numbers will actually tell you. And the ultimate goal, whether you enjoy the way that it happens or not, the ultimate goal is to put the ball in the basket as efficiently as possible. And with that being the case, there's no denying that they absolutely miss Luka, and hopefully, fingers crossed,
Shut your
they can
bitch
get
ass
back
up!
Luka and or Austin at some point.
Ladies and gentlemen, they don't even want y'all thinking over on Lakers Nation. The Lakers Collective, whatever that bullshit's called. They don't even want y'all thinking for yourselves. Soon as people started thinking for themselves, Trevor Lane had to stop.
Mama rolling stone.
Hey, chat. Trevor Lane saw y'all thinking for yourself. He said, "Oh no, we have to stop the show real quick. Let me address some people in the chat." This man said Luka runs an efficient offense. Bitch, where? What are you talking about? Luka and efficiency? That don't even go together. What are you talking about? Luka and efficiency? That's insane. What are you talking about? Trevor Lane saw his fans thinking for themselves. You have to stop the show. Oh, you can't make this up, bro. This is funny, dude. This is so funny, man. I'm telling y'all, chat, there's a reason they don't drop the link. Because they don't want y'all thinking for yourselves. They don't want y'all, calling in and planting seeds to other fans. They don't want that, man. That's why they only have a show amongst themselves. And anybody that goes over there and starts pushing back, they gonna block you, dude. They gonna block you. That's how they run it over there, dude. It's a concentration camp over there, dude. Seriously. It's a concentration camp. The second you start thinking for yourself and you start pointing things out, they're like, hold on, wait a second. We got to get you up out of here, dude. Exactly, CPA Joe, a big time echo chamber. We got Banco. Banco said Lakers lost 2 games with LeBron, and that was the narrative for 2 weeks. Lakers win 4 straight without Beavis and Butthead, and they ignore the wins. Exactly. Have they mentioned anything about a 4-game win streak, chat? Have they mentioned anything about that? No. They're hating on the fact that we're being successful without Luka and Reeves. All they care about is having a white face of the Lakers. They don't care about winning, chat. They don't care about winning. So like I said, folks, back to LeBron James, right? I agree with Derek Fisher 1,000%. And I think it's pretty fascinating, right, what he said. I'm telling y'all, chat, people are not dumb. We've been slowly waking people up over on this side. I see a lot of y'all going to the mayonnaise media and, you know, letting those guys know we're not dumb. We see what's going on. We see how Luka and Reeves are hurting this team, holding certain players back. And I'm telling y'all, folks, these new people that are running this show now, Mark Walter and Magic and these new guys, chat, they're paying attention. You know, some of the stuff that these guys could get away with under Rob and Jeannie, I don't think you're going to be able to get away with a lot of this stuff with the new ownership group. These guys know basketball. Like I said, I wouldn't be shocked, chat, at this point if LeBron James stays with the Lakers. I wouldn't be shocked at all. I wouldn't be shocked if they traded Luka and built the team around LeBron. I wouldn't be shocked. Seriously, I would not be shocked, man. What LeBron James is doing right now, folks, he's making his case, folks. He's clearly the best player available this summer. I mean, imagine that, right? Lakers talking about they got all this cap space. Okay, well, riddle me this. Riddle me this, Laker fans. Who are you going to go sign that's better than LeBron James? Come on, man. You people aren't... Chat, they're not fooling me, man. If I guarantee you this. If Rob Pelinka don't sign LeBron, his ass going to get fired. How much y'all want to bet? How much y'all want to bet? If Rob Pelinka don't offer LeBron a contract this summer, he going to get fired. I'm not buying none of the mayonnaise media reports. I'm not buying none of this stuff. It's getting to a point, I'm not even buying LeBron is going anywhere at this point. I think Luka and Reeves might be on the move. That's what I think. That's what I think. Because I already told y'all, the mayonnaise media, they don't know what they're talking about. Y'all got to stop listening to them. They don't have no insight. They don't have no sources. They're glorified fanboys. That's all they are. Even Sham Charania, he reported last week that Luka would be back on Tuesday. Luka was still in Spain. He don't know nothing either. He knows what he gets told. So I'm not buying nothing Brian Windhorst is selling. I'm not buying nothing Trevor Lane or Jovan Booty. I'm not buying nothing they talking about. They not talking about nothing. They don't know nothing. They don't got no sources. They don't know what. I remember Rich Paul said it. Rich Paul was like, nobody knows what LeBron is going to do. I don't even know, and I'm his damn agent. So how the hell Brian Windhorst and Jovan Booty and you know, all these people in the media, how do they know? They don't, folks. They're fanboys in suits. That's all these NBA reporters are. Fanboys with suits on. They have no knowledge of nothing. They know what they get told. So I'm not even sure LeBron is even going anywhere. Because think about it from this perspective, right? And this is a fascinating conversation, by the way. Y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video. I want you guys to think about it from this perspective. Think about if you're the owner of the Lakers and this is your company. And obviously the job of a company is to make money. Obviously, winning brings you more money. So if you're running the Lakers, if you're the owner and you're Mark Walter, how is losing LeBron James going to be beneficial? Somebody explain this to me. How does losing the greatest player in the sport, how does that benefit your business? You're taking a loss the second he walks out the door. You're losing at that point. You're losing at that point. So once again, from a business perspective, you're telling me you're going to get rid of the face of the league? You're going to just let him walk out the door and you got $50 million in cap space? They're giving that money to LeBron James. They're going to offer that money, that $50 million. They're offering that to LeBron James. That's who they're going to sign. Who y'all going to go sign, chat? Norman Powell? Who you going to go get with the cap space? That's going to be better than LeBron James. Norman Powell doesn't make you better. Jalen Duren doesn't make you better. Who you going to go get? That's going to make you better than LeBron would. No, but there's nobody available. He's the best available free agent. Y'all have to stop with the lies. Mayonnaise media. I'm not buying nothing y'all are selling. There is nobody you're going to go get that's going to be better than LeBron James. The only thing that I think this is contingent upon is if LeBron James wants to continue playing. If he wants to continue playing, the Lakers got money and they going to offer him a deal. I guarantee it. This ain't the mom and pop shop anymore. This the big boys now. It's Mark Walter. Yeah, we not talking about mom and pop shop no more. We talking about multi-billionaires. Jeannie and them had to sell the team so they could touch $1 billion. Yeah, they sold the team. It's over now. You already got your money. You're not running nothing no more. They talking about, oh, well, Jeannie's a governor. Okay, we'll take your governing ass and go sit your ass over in that corner somewhere. You're not running the show no more. You sold the team. It's over. It ain't your team anymore. Now, I don't know if she still has a minority stake or whatever, if she's on the board of governors, whatever, that's all fine and dandy, whatever. But you're not a majority owner anymore. This is not your show anymore. This is Mark Walter's show. And he's friends with Magic Johnson. And who was the one that knocked on LeBron James's door in 2018 to convince him to come sign with the Lakers? Who was that? That was Magic. That was Magic Johnson. I told y'all, I don't care if Magic is a consultant officially or not. He's a consultant. I don't care if the position is official or not. He's a consultant of the Lakers. There's a reason Rob Pelinka re-signed JJ. Let me ask you guys a question. What coach gets an extension after one season? Darvin Ham got fired after 2, but JJ gets an extension after 1 season? Rob Pelinka gives himself an extension? Why y'all think he did that? Because they knew they were selling the team. So they locked themselves into contracts. So whoever takes over the team has to pay them that money. They know what time it is. I told y'all, this is a dirty game. This stuff gets nasty. Y'all know how expensive it is to live in LA? You think these people playing fair? No, they doing nasty stuff. You got Rob Pelinka signing himself to a new deal before they sold the team. Yeah, buddy, he knows he's almost up out the door. He's trying to lock himself in to make sure, just in case he get fired, they still got to fulfill that contract. And they still got to pay him his money. He knows exactly what he did. How the hell JJ Redick gets an extension after 1 season and he got clapped in the first round and he gets an extension? We know what's going on. Y'all know what time it is. It's over. The old regime is done. And it was the old regime that wanted LeBron to leave. It was the old regime that wanted Luka to take over. I don't think Magic Johnson and the new regime are sold on Luka and Reeves. I know for a fact they're not. I know for a fact they're not. So like I said, you Faker fans, you Fluka fanboys, y'all might be on the move this summer. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised, dude. Because think about it from this perspective. Let's say we get past Houston, and then Luka brings his happy ass back. And then we get smoked by OKC in the second round. Man, Puka, you might be up out of here, dude. Straight up, you might be up out of here. You wasting our time. And I don't want to hear, oh, we got to fully build a team around him. We done built the team around him. We done gave him the ball. He got the highest usage in the damn league. What are y'all talking about? We done built the team around him. What more does he need? We gave him the GOAT. We gave him another number 1 pick in DeAndre Ayton. What more does he need? He's the problem. He's the reason the Lakers can't find success because of his style of play, his usage, his shot attempts, his three-point attempts. He's the reason. And like I said, we are waking everybody up. Nico Harrison, his legacy is alive and well. Let me show y'all what somebody said on Twitter, folks. Let me show y'all something real quick. Give me 1 second. Y'all do me a favor, folks, and drop a like on the video. Let me show y'all what somebody said on Twitter. Folks, we got to get these likes up, man. What's going on, Jack? Talk to me. What's going on, man?
Rolling Stone.
Austin Reeves. Foul baiter.
What's going on tonight, chat? We can't get these likes up or what? Let me show y'all one of these, what somebody said on Twitter. Here we go. Look at this, chat. So somebody on Twitter, they said the Nico trade might have forever tarnished Luka's PR until he wins a chip. Duh. Duh. I said Luka getting traded to the Lakers was the worst possible team for him to go to. In Dallas, getting to the finals was cool. In LA, they expect championships. This ain't Texas, dude. You can take that losing shit back to Dallas. They'll love you over there. They still love the Cowboys, and they ain't won in 30 years. In Dallas, they love losers. They do. They love the Cowboys. They love Luka. They love losers over there. This ain't Dallas. We don't love you like that. What did Draymond tell Paul Pierce? You not Kobe, nigga. We don't love you like that. Chat, how long was Russell Westbrook here? Russ wasn't even here 2 years before they got rid of Russ. Russ was here, what, a year and a half?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
LeBron fans.
Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Chat, Russ was here. Remember when we traded for Russ and we thought Russ could help us win championships? And then we quickly realized Russ can't help us win championships? We got his ass up out of there. Russ was here a year and a half. Russ was here for a year and a half, dude. Before we got rid of him. Luka, this your second year, gang. I'm telling y'all, bro, y'all think y'all done let these fanboys convince y'all that Luka's job is safe, bro. I'm not buying it. They talking about he gonna have 10 years here. Nigga, please. Nigga, please. You might have had 10 years with Jeannie Buss. Thank God we got her up out the... Oh, my God, boy. Jesus Christ, thank God y'all got rid of that woman. I'm sorry, chat. You can't win no championship with no girl running your team. I'm sorry. The only reason they even got the one in 2020 was because of LeBron. You can't be successful when you got Jeannie Buss up here running the show. Thank God she's gone. Oh, yeah, it's a new day. It's a new day. So, yeah, under Jeannie? Sure. Under Jeannie, yeah. Luka might have gotten 10 years. You're not getting 10 years with this new group. I'm telling y'all right now, he's not getting 10 years. We did not trade for you, right? For you to sit up here for 10 years and not win. That's not happening. That's not happening. I'm telling y'all right now. Rob Pelinka and all them, that was their doing. I'm telling y'all right now, the new ownership group, they run the Dodgers. They want to field champions every year. They not finna sit up here and watch Luka lose for 7 years straight. We're already in year 2. If you can't put up, you gotta go, dude. It is what it is. Y'all can sit up here and listen to Trevor Landon and them tell y'all got 10 years with Luka. Y'all ain't got 10 years. I'm telling y'all right now. Shout out to St. Matthew with the $10 super chat.
I'm a Rolling Stone.
LeBron fans.
He said, in my opinion, LeBron is unsure about continuing to play because he wants to own a team. two, new expansion teams are up for grabs, and you can't play and own at the same time. So he's got a decision to make. I don't know about that though, Matthew, because I saw a quote that said he's not even interested in owning a team anymore. I'm gonna be honest. I think he saw the dirty game the owners were trying to play. Because y'all know, I think there's only really one black owner. And that was Jordan. I don't even know if Jordan, didn't Jordan sell his majority stake? So I don't even know if there's a black owner at this point. So yeah, they're not trying to let niggas in. They don't want to let the niggas in. So I think LeBron saw the play and he was like, you know what? Fuck owning a team. And I think he's cool off of that at this point. That's what I think. We got Teddy. You said the Dallas owners, even Mark Cuban, knew Puka was a lazy loser. We got Certified Steppers. You said Luka's not winning at all. You said Luka's wasting his own time by playing like a bum. You said Lakers not wasting Luka's prime with no 41-year-old LeBron. Well, here's the thing, Raider. 41-year-old LeBron is better than Luka in his prime. That's the thing. Yeah, that's what you don't understand. 41-year-old LeBron is better than Luka in his prime. So if I'm the Lakers, right, who puts more butts in the seats? Is it LeBron or is it Luka? Well, that would clearly be LeBron. Who makes us more money, LeBron or Luka? Well, that would clearly be LeBron. So, yeah, from a business perspective, it makes more sense to trade Luka for a Giannis or for, whoever, right? I mean, shit, go get us AJ DeBonza. Who got the first pick, chat? I'd trade his ass for the first pick and go pair LeBron with AJ DeBonza. Shit, that would be better than LeBron and Luka. Real talk. Whoever got the number one pick, I'd trade him for the rights to the number one pick. Who got the number one pick this year, chat? Sack? Washington? I'd send his ass there. Fuck it. Give me AD back. I'll have LeBron, AD, and DeAndre Ayton. And we can build around that. Marcus Smart. I'm going to keep Vando. I'm going to keep my defenders. Yeah, we can really build without Luka. I'm telling y'all, chat, y'all got to stop trolling, dude. Tom Brady played well into his 40s, and he was still the best quarterback deep into his 40s until, obviously, Patrick Mahomes came along. Like I said, ain't nobody scared of no goddamn Wembanyama. We just clapped him up in the Olympics. We didn't forget. We just clapped him up in the Olympics. Parlez-vous français? Not scared of no French nigga, man. I told y'all about Sengun. That turkey ass nigga. Y'all seen the clip when he stood up because he saw my goat walking through? So he stood his ass up out of respect? Yeah, you better stand up. You better do like Ludacris, nigga, and stand up. When I move, you move. Just like that. Chat, y'all saw the clip? Y'all saw the clip? You better stand your goofy ass up when you see us walking through. You fucking goofy? Nigga from fucking Turkey. Told y'all, man, we not scared of no nigga from no goddamn Turkey, man. I'll put DeAndre Ayton on you, dude. You international niggas, bro. Y'all not ready, bro. I'm being honest with y'all. Y'all just ain't ready, bro. Y'all ain't built like us. It's just something in the water, in the States, dude. These international dudes, Sengun, Wemby, Joker, Giannis. Y'all, it's just something about y'all. You're just not American, you know? You're just not American. You know, I don't know what it is. You're just not American. Nobody's scared of no nigga named Alpy. That's what they call him over there, chat in Houston, Alpy. If y'all don't get the fuck on somewhere. CPA Joe said real FBAs.
LeBron fans.
He said Sengun trash. He said there was nothing in that pocket. Folks, like I said, man, I think the more games that LeBron, Luke Kennard, DA, and these guys win without Luka and Reeves, I'm telling y'all, bro, this is all going to backfire on those frauds, bro. This is all going to backfire on them frauds. Because now we're seeing, oh, wait, we can win playoff games without these two. See, it's one thing in the regular season, but it's a whole other thing in the playoffs. You don't think Magic and Mark Walter and these guys, you guys don't think that they're watching this? Wait a second. So you're telling me we can win playoff games without our two supposed best players? These dudes over here faking injuries together. Their estimated return date is both May the 1st. What, y'all coming back on the same day? What the hell is going on here? Dudes over here doing pinky promise handshakes and shit. Over here grabbing each other. Man, this is Brokeback Mountain, folks. Lakers edition. That's what this is, chat. Brokeback Mountain Lakers edition. This is nasty, dude.
You a freaky frog!
We got Ricky Morgan. He says, Magic is Mount Rushmore. That was a hell of a compliment. 1 Bron, 2 MJ, 3 Magic, 4 Shaq, 5 Duncan all time. He said they on vacation together. These dudes are disgusting, chat. I told y'all thought I was trolling. No, they're actually gross, man. I don't even play like this with my friends, dude. Seriously. We don't even play these games, man. You know, this is like stuff you do with like your girlfriend or something. You know, you play these kinds of games. I might play like this with my girl or something. I don't play like this with another man. That's very odd, dude. You know, we stopped doing stuff like this, you know, as teenagers and stuff, man. You know, you dudes grabbing his shirt and slapping each other upside the head. Y'all doing pinky promise handshakes and stuff. Who has a pinky promise handshake? Like, whose idea was that? This man stuck his pinky out. What? Bro, y'all have a pink... Nah, bro, that's insane. A pinky promise handshake and you're pushing 30? That's insane. Pushing 30 with a pinky promise handshake is actually gross. Seriously, that's gross. He said, look at dude in the red.
LeBron fan.
Go have me on a late night mission. Pulling up.
He said, look at the dude in the red. You gonna have a nigga tripping.
LeBron fan.
Go have me on a late night mission. Pulling up.
I guess Austin's gonna be on a late night mission pulling up, chat. I don't know.
Go have me on a late night mission. Pulling up.
I guess he's gonna be pulling up to Luka's pad, man. That's some nasty stuff, dude. Now we gotta get these freaky frogs out of here, man. Let's send these freaky frogs to Milwaukee, chat. They can go play patty cake in Milwaukee. They can go play patty cake in Milwaukee. They can go play Shabuya. Shabuya, roll call. They can go play these games in Milwaukee, chat. Seriously. They can go double dutch and ride horses. They can ride up Brokeback Mountain in Milwaukee.
LeBron fans.
Got me on a late night mission, pulling up.
Oh my God. This is nasty, dude. We got 2 lovers on the squad chat. They get hurt at the same time. They come back on the same day. Come on, man. You guys think Magic and them are stupid, dude? Like, this is my thing with Aston, right? Do you actually think we're dumb? Like, we don't know what you're doing, dude? Why do y'all think they traded for Luke Kennard? They knew he was faking a calf injury, folks, because he didn't want to get traded. They were going to trade his ass. That's what I believe. I believe they were going to trade his ass. Seriously. But because he faked that injury, that pretty much kind of tanked his value, right? I mean, who wants to trade for a nigga that's got a calf injury? I mean, there were hardly any offers to begin with for him, right? So nobody was lining up to come take him, and he's got a calf injury. So I think that's why they got Luke Kennard. Like, okay, so just in case he pulls this stunt again, this fake injury thing again, we're just gonna put in Luke Kennard. That's why they brought in Luke Kennard. Austin's done, man. I'm telling y'all, bro, these people are not dumb, bro. They know what you're doing, gang. If I know what you're doing, if we know what you're doing, you think the Lakers organization don't know what you're doing? You think the people that are running the show don't know what you're doing? They know exactly what you're doing, dude. You're not slick. We know it's a contract year for you. We know you were out there getting exposed. That's why you faked an injury. Yeah, bro, you could have played these games with Rob and Jeannie. They don't know what they doing. You know, all they cared about was having an all-white team. You can't play these games with Mark Walter and them. I'm sorry. You're not playing these games, dude. We know exactly what you're doing, you bozo. It's okay, though, because Luke Kennard, he gonna take your spot. You might admit, folks, I'm over here reading this nigga's chat. He said you might have missed it during the game. The kiss cam panned on Austin and Luka, laughing my ass off. Jesus Christ, dude. That's insane.
You're a freaking frog.
He said Austin Reeves has a broke back, literally. I told you, Brokeback Mountain Lakers edition. Brokeback Mountain Lakers edition. Yeah, so, yeah. Like I said, he's going to continue to fake these little injuries, folks. Okay. Well, you know what's funny about the basketball gods, folks? He's going to fake this injury, and then guess what? He's still got to come back and play OKC again. So imagine, right? He gets smoked by OKC. That was the last time we saw him. That's our last memory of Aston. He got smoked by OKC. Now guess what? He's going to come back again. Second round versus the playoffs. He's going to get smoked again. Yo, Flash White, whatever you got going on in the background, you got to put that on mute.
Bet.
So, please
don't tell me that was you saying the 96 sign. This is what you got to realize, Judah. It's very easy to out-debate locker room. It's not very challenging whatsoever. The fact that you let locker room outwit you and out-debate you, it says a lot. We're not talking about a very high-level basketball mind, and you got outwitted by the locker room.
All right, Flash White, what do you got?
Reg, we seen the game. We seen what we already knew. Brian got everybody involved. The leadership. These guys talking about ball movement is great, but we miss Luka. No, we don't miss Luka. We don't need Luka. He was over there holding hands with Aston, whispering in his ear on the sideline during the game. They're giggling like they go together. These guys not worried about basketball, man. They want to come back, and then if we lose, which we will, because Luka's going to take 30 step-back threes, and then they're gonna try to blame Bron. No, leave him where he at. Let him and Aston hold hands on the sideline and do their little broke back bromance, and let Bron handle business. They want him to come back so bad it's ridiculous, man. We don't need Luka. We don't need Aston. If they do come back for the next series, guess what? OKC gonna hunt them out like they always do. They defensive liabilities. I'll take my chances with this team without them.
We got Mac with the Vortex in the chat. He said Reeves it to Beaver. This man said Reeves it to Beaver is insane. Oh my God. So yeah, you're talking about the Mayonnaise Media when he said that we miss Luka. Yeah, they don't want to see us be successful without him. But my thing is this, right? What are your thoughts on LeBron James? Regressing to a prime Magic Johnson. What are your thoughts on that? We're 4-0. We're 4-0 in the last 4 games. Nobody's mentioning that.
Well, this is the first time we actually heard somebody with basketball expertise like Derek Fisher, who actually played basketball, unlike Trevor and Johan Booty and whatever the other guy's name is.
Jason
it's
Simp.
Cool. Jason. Okay, yeah. So you guys over there holding hands, and for some reason, for some reason, what is your infatuation with Luka and Aston Reeves? It really is. Can we not talk real basketball? These guys are quote unquote hurt. Then guess what? We don't fucking need them. If they're hurt, we don't need them. But them coming back so quickly alludes to what you've been saying, Reg. They aren't hurt. They're faking. They just thought that we were going to lose this first game and that the media was going to start bashing Bron. Bron's been here before. You guys haven't.
Well, it's funny. It's funny because the narrative before game 1 was, oh, well, where are they going to score? Where's the offense going to come from? And what they're doing is they're trying to make it seem like we can't win without Reeves and Luka. So
exactly.
So because we won game 1 without Reeves and Luka, now they don't really they can't use that narrative anymore.
Well, it's like you said earlier.
People are starting to wake up. People are starting to wake up.
Well, it's like you said earlier. You got nerds that haven't ever laced up shoes talking about ball movement is okay, but we need Luka. No, ball movement is how we win, you fucking idiot. We got to stand back and watch Luka become a defensive liability and then watch him take 30 shots and realize that the only source of offense? No, we're going to get everybody involved. We're going to follow LeBron's lead. He's going to get everybody involved. They're going to buy in on defense. Guess what? Houston out-rebounded us offensively, and they took more shots than us. Guess what happened? They fucking lost. They lost. Because we played efficient basketball led by King fucking James, period. And those guys over there don't want to see that. I've never in my fucking life heard any professional coach or anybody from a professional capacity say, oh, ball movement's great, but we need that one guy. No, we don't need that one fucking guy. We need to play real fucking basketball and get everybody involved and play the game the way it should be, and that's why we won.
We got
don't
Ty.
miss Luka.
We got Ty on the line. Ty.
What's good, Reggie, man? It's been a minute. Man, there's a lot going on with all of this, but this is a year of exposure because we are finally seeing what has always been known, which is Luka and Austin Reeves are not necessary.
They
And the
not.
team is performing at a level. What we saw from LeBron was, mind you, he didn't even go for 20 points. Imagine when LeBron goes for 20, 25. He got the whole team involved. And with Kevin Durant being out, even if Kevin Durant came back, we see now that we can get 3, 4, 5 guys that can get almost 20 points. That is way more efficient and reliable in the playoffs than one or two players being your source of offense. So we're
Exactly.
finally seeing now that the team is performing as a unit, because when Luka and Austin Reeves are on the court, it is iso ball. It's
So, babe, I'm so in love. Babe, I miss you, babe, I miss your touch.
LeBron fans.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I don't know, Reggie.
What
My
were you
bad, my
saying,
bad.
Ty?
I don't know what happened, my bad. But like I was saying, it just shows that the team has a lot more attributes that can be used compared to when Luca is on the court. And I think I'm saying this in 10 weeks, I don't believe Austin Reeves will be a Laker. I don't know about Luca. It will be hard to get him off that contract. I would love to see him gone. But I think Austin Reeves is definitely gone because Luke Kennard he's stepping up at a level we've never seen Austin Reeves step up, like especially in the past like couple first rounds, in my opinion. I haven't seen anything from Reeves. I've seen 0 point games from Austin Reeves. So this is huge in my opinion.
Reeves is a liability in playoff basketball, man. He's going to get hunted out. It's bad enough Luka's going to get hunted out because he doesn't play defense. But to
Right.
take them out of the equation and have LeBron back running the show and actually have basketball played how it's supposed to be played, what coach says, hey, we're going to watch this one guy shoot 20-plus step-back threes and hope that we fucking win? Not only that, we got to cover up for his defensive fucking flaws. But he's a superstar. The fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, I just think when you take Luka and Reeves off the floor, now you have to guard everybody. You can't really attack anybody. I mean, if there's anybody that you would attack, it might be Luke. But the one thing I noticed about Luke is, like I said, he's an active defender.
Yes.
He's not just gonna,
he's not going to give up, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So your whole game plan changes when they're off the floor. It's easier to defend us when Luka and Reeves are on the floor because you know what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? You know how they're gonna play. You know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, exactly. And now, would you say that Luke is also, because I wanted to see if you was gonna touch on this. You said Luke's numbers compared to Aston. Is it fair to say that he's more efficient than both of those guys?
Yeah.
When given a chance?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, he shot 50, 40, 90. So
yeah,
he just didn't shoot enough to qualify for, the 50, 40, 90 thing. But yeah, he's way better. But this is an opportunity for him because, he's never really had this opportunity.
True.
He came in, he was coming off the bench. He was buried on the bench. So now he's in the starting lineup. He's having way more usage. The ball's in his hands way more. So now he can really show what he can do. And it's just crazy to me how people think Austin is so valuable, but it's like, look, you bring in Luke Kennard and he's surpassing what Reeves has done his entire career in one game. Like, that goes to show you. So for y'all talking about Austin's gonna get 35, 40 million for
no way.
What?
No way.
Because it's like you said, Reg. I'm just gonna be honest, and then I'll let you go ahead and have it. This is what you said. What they want. They want Whiteface to be the forefront of this team, and they're not going to win like that. You're telling me okay, let's say Bron doesn't come back. Let's just say he doesn't, which I do believe he does, like you said, due to the new management group. But let's say he doesn't. Are we really thinking that these guys are any kind of contenders with Luka at the helm and his Robin Aston Reeves? They're a joke.
Yeah. They if LeBron were to leave and they were to try to build around this, Yeah, they're gonna regress next year. They'll probably be in a playing. They'll probably be in a playing tournament.
Well, like you said, LeBron's the best available free agent. Who you going to get? Norman Powell. There's nobody you could get, but what you can do is get rid of Aston and the money that he wants. He wants 35, 40 million on what Spider-Man universe, what multiverse are we living in where Austin Reeves is worth that amount of money?
That's why I say it's insane.
But
it's
as you said,
insane.
you pointed them out. You pointed those guys out.
And then what makes it so insane is that, see, and this is why I say he messed up. Because if he would have never faked that injury earlier in the year and they would have never traded for Luke Kennard, then if he would have went down, nobody would have been able to step up. We probably wouldn't have had Luke Kennard. So his absence would have been felt a little bit more. But because he faked that injury and they traded for his replacement in Luke Kennard, so now when you go down, now Luke is stepping up. Now we're seeing, wait a second, your value isn't really what we might have thought it was.
Exactly.
So that's why I say he's really hurting himself in this whole ordeal by not playing. He would be better off playing and getting exposed, but him still being on the floor than him sitting out. Because now we're seeing. Oh wait, your backup can come in and do what you can do, and even do it better.
And your backup has just begun. He's just begun to get into rotation with LeBron and get into a rhythm, because people have to realize Luke Kennard was averaging what, under 17 minutes a game. So now he's in the starting lineup. Bron obviously has a rapport with him after game one. He is a lethal shooter. He does buy into the offense that Bron runs, as does everybody else. And if you look at it, you said it, 27 points, first Laker playoff debut. Now we have cause to look at this under more scrutiny before we pay a guy $35, $40 million that gets exposed.
Right. I think Austin Reeves needed to play in this playoffs. This was his time, and every game he sits out and Luke Kennard performs, and if anybody else on the roster performs, that makes his value go down. That's going to lower what he can actually ask for on the offer.
Exactly. And Ty, that's a good point, because think about DA. Remember, like, everybody was shitting on DA. Oh, we got to get rid of him this summer. He's not the center for the future. Now Reeves, Luka go down. Now not only is it more touches for Luke Kennard, now it's more touches for DA. So now it's like, wait a second, hold on. This is a completely different player than what we originally thought.
Correct.
So now we got to evaluate. Now we got to evaluate him differently. Now we can't evaluate him like Luke and Reeves are there. Now we're like, wait a second. If they're not here, he's gonna be a better version of a Sengun.
Correct. Well, he was a better version of Sengun. You're absolutely right, Reg. Because if you want to really compare those two, Sengun is coming off an All-Star year. He actually was a highly touted player on a quote unquote in a better situation. But if you go and watch game one, like you said earlier, DA nullified him and actually played better. What you said they call him? Alpy? Alpy. He looked like an Alpy in game one. Whatever that is.
Exactly. So once again, we had somebody, hold on. We had Titus in the chat. He says DA plays better without Aston and Puka. So let me get this straight, Ty. Not only does LeBron play better, Luke Kennard plays better, DA plays better.
Marcus.
I mean,
Rui.
Exactly. Rui. Am I missing something here, Ty? It seems like Luka and Aston are the problem.
You're not. And what the GMs and what the new ownership is going to do is compare stats with those two out versus when they're there.
Yeah,
Because they're going to
exactly.
analyze, okay, what is the value of these players if they're going to be our 1 and 2 option going forward? And they're going to assume, since they're the 1 and 2, the team would perform worse. Players would be underperforming. But we're seeing an elevation of the talent. So they're going to look and compare. And now the pressure is on for Reeves to come back now. And his performance is going to be judged extremely, extremely.
And that's why I say this is going to be his karma, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to bet they were expecting us to lose in the first round,
They
so that
were.
way he wouldn't
They
have to
were.
play OKC. But the last time we saw him was versus OKC. We haven't seen you since, and now guess what? We're more than likely going to win this first round series. So now guess what?
Oh,
Now
we're
you're
gonna
coming back and you're going to be playing OKC. Now you're going to get cooked again.
Right.
Well, it's like
He
you and
has
Ty
no
said. He's
excuses
going
now.
to have to play. He's going to have to play, like Ty said. And as you said, Reg, he basically put himself behind the 8 ball because he could have basically just stayed playing. Who cares if Fluka went down? You went and followed his lead because y'all are obviously close now. From game one, they're on the sidelines, buddy, whispering in ears and stuff. It was kind of weird. But if he comes back and he gets exposed, like and I know he will, because OKC hunts these guys out, particularly Aston and Fluka, because they're defensive liabilities. And any smart coach is going to hunt them out anyway because they have the inability to play defense. They cannot defend. So he did do himself a disservice by not playing. And as Ty said, he's going to have to play this next series if he's healthy. We'll see how they play that card and how they try to cover up for his progress.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing though, because I think this is going to be funny too. We haven't won a playoff series since 2023.
Exactly.
So how ironic is it going to be that when Austin doesn't play, we win a playoff series? So now you gonna come back over the summer talking about you want $30 million, but with you we haven't won a playoff series in 3 years. With you,
exactly.
The second you go down, we win a playoff series and we beat Houston.
Now I have a question for both of y'all, and this is gonna be interesting because this is something that they are saying that might possibly happen. Luka comes back. Does he have the common sense to let LeBron drive this car and he be the guy playing off of LeBron? Or does he come back and try to play the same way?
I say yes, and the reason why I say he can is because when he was in Dallas playing with Kyrie in the Western Conference Finals,
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie kind of led the charge against the Timberwolves, and Luka
Mm-hmm.
fell back to the number 2 option. I think Luka's willing to do it. I think it depends on the coaching of JJ Redick. If he
Yeah.
moves the scheme back to how we used to play, then of course Luka won't. He has to keep the scheme that we have right now with LeBron
Yeah.
being the point and leading the
Well, it's the
offense,
best
and he has
thing.
to integrate Luka in that way. But it
Yeah.
depends on JJ Redick,
I
not necessarily
think
on Luka.
Ty, I think when Austin brings his ass back, I think he got to come off the bench.
Of course.
I think
Oh,
he
of
got to come
course,
off
he
the
has
bench,
to.
gang. I just can't see. I can't see him coming back after missing over a month, and then we throw him into the starting lineup and Luke Kennard is playing well.
No,
You
that would throw
cannot
off
take Luke
momentum.
Kennard out of this lineup. You just can't. We
Yeah,
need the
Austin-
offensive firepower.
Yeah, Austin, you got to come off the bench, dude.
Mhm.
You might have lost your spot. You might have lost your spot
Well,
trolling.
Well, Reg, I'm going to be honest with you. You just said it. If he comes off the bench, which he should, guess what that means? It means what you said and what we all know. There's no way I'm paying a bench player in a critical playoff run 35 to 40 million. So you cost yourself money. You come off the bench and Luke
That's a
Kennard
great
continues
take.
to play like this, There's no way. And JJ Redick would be a dumbass to take a guy that has been off over a month for a guy that has come in and proven not only that he can play with LeBron, but that he can be counted on to give you offense, and he gives defensive effort. He, like you said, he might not be the best defender, but he's an active defender, and active defenders tend to get things done.
We got Roland in the chat. He says Lonnie Walker lost his spot being injured too. Exactly.
Yeah,
that's how
everybody thought Lonnie was going to get that money, and he didn't.
Yeah, I remember early that season, people were writing articles saying, is Lonnie Walker gonna get some money this summer from the Lakers, because that's how well he was playing. He was the third option at one point in that season. He was averaging like 17 a game, and then he lost his spot, and then that was it. The rest was history. So and that's how it happens. You could lose your spot, and then boom, nobody's thinking about you no more.
He was a third option, but Lonnie Walker had nights where he took over games. Everybody thought he was going to get the money, but I still think this is a little bit different than Aston, because Lonnie Walker was a better defender. Aston is a complete slouch.
Lonnie was more athletic too.
Yeah. When you get hunted, when it's a game plan of the opposite team to say, you know what, hey, he might have the ball in his hands or whatever, but on defense, we're going to pick on him. It's almost like football when they pick on bad cornerbacks. They're picking on him. So let's just say he does come back. Who can he guard on this OKC team? Who can he guard on Houston?
The answer is no one.
Exactly. Thank you. So you telling me that guy's worth $40 million?
No.
Exactly. But Trevor Lane and Johan Booty, as Reg says, they actually are doing a CIA cover-up operation for these guys. Oh, well, ball movement is great, but if you look at the numbers, we miss Luka. I don't need numbers to see that we beat the Rockets' ass with LeBron James driving the car. There's an old school saying, it's called the eye test. My eyes ain't going to fail me. I've seen this guy do it for 23 years. Tell me how Luka has led a team other than shooting high volume shots when everybody else doesn't get involved. That's why you've seen the Dallas guys, they traded for Daniel Gafford, and it was somebody else they traded for from the Wizards, PJ Washington. And you go and look at that Dallas team, they stood around and rebounded for him. That's all they did. He's the highest usage rate, as Red said, and we know if Luka comes out here and they do the same game plan that he had before, we're gonna lose.
Right.
Plus, he doesn't play defense. I'm tired of people saying that he's not that bad on defense. That bad means bad.
And if you've noticed, like the roster and the game one that I saw, there was not one player that was getting individually picked on in that game. Now, when it's Luka and Austin Reeves, it's usually one of the two. That game, I didn't see one person that was getting picked on. Everybody was holding their defensive stance and they were moving. They were doing the double team that was pressuring Reed Shepherd at the half court line when he was dribbling the ball. That made it hard for Houston to get any ball movement. And you can't do that with Austin Reeves and Luka. They're both too slow to get to those spots. But when we have Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard, who are quicker, we can actually have a real defensive scheme. You can't have a defensive scheme with Luka and Austin Reeves. It's 3v5 even when they're on the court.
Exactly. And guess what? If KD does come back and these clowns come back, that gives them an opportunity for KD to be successful. Because Smart's going to guard KD. I'm putting Smart on KD all night long. I don't care. He's going to get on KD. He's going to ruffle his feathers like he did the last game. But when you say 3 on, you got 2 guys that are nullified. So Houston's going to have opportunities to pick us apart if those guys are on the floor, because the only thing that they offer at best on a good night is that they both score points. That's it. And I'll take my chance with Luke Kennard and Rui and DA in a collective effort with LeBron leading the charge and getting them all involved as a true great is supposed to do, because everybody, this is my thing with Luka. Ever since Curry started shooting threes, everybody thinks that offense is the only thing that matters in basketball. As Trevor Lane said, oh, you got to put the ball in the basket. No, we need to move the ball. We need to play defense, and we need to get the guy open that is open. And that's what LeBron did. And that's why if you look at that game statistically and take away the final score, people would say, oh, well, Houston won this game. They took 27 more shots. They out-rebounded us by 15 more rebounds on the offensive board. But guess what? Ta-da, they fucking lost. We were efficient. We played defense. And we don't get that with Austin and Luka. We get exposed.
Yo, they really put these dudes. I don't know if y'all can see. I'm gonna show y'all my phone. They really put these dudes on the kiss cam.
Oh my God, it was true. Yo, I thought dude was playing around, Reg.
LeBron fans.
This is broke back.
I don't know, girl, I can see it different.
Wow.
I just wanna slide on top of for you. Your name and list.
Look at Austin whispering through his hands. Look at Austin whispering through his hands. He's like, oh my God, like, what is that?
Oh my God, this is wild, bro.
Bro, you can't make this shit up. This shit is crazy work.
It's
this
disgusting.
Shit crazy.
I be trying to tell people how nasty this stuff can get. Yeah, they be thinking I be
yo,
trolling, bro. This
crazy.
This stuff gets nasty, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy because I watched the whole game and I watched them sit next to each other. They was doing this shit the whole game, by the way. But I missed the kiss cam. This diabolical.
Ty, do you see this?
Man, this is very inappropriate. There's kids watching. That homosexuality. That shouldn't be put on TV, man.
This
well,
is insane,
maybe
man.
that's the reason Luka's on child support. We don't know.
Man.
I thought dude was trolling. They was really on the kiss cam. This shit wild. This is crazy.
Oh,
and what makes it worse, Austin's whispering behind his hands. Like, this shit's wild. That shit's suspect, bro.
Yeah. Well, fellas, like I said, y'all got any final thoughts, man? Good call, man. Good call.
Good call, man. Are you gonna be doing something after the game tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay, bet. We'll be looking to check in, man. LeBron fans, stand up, man. If they take the keys from Brian,
LeBron
we in trouble.
fans.
Exactly. All right, Flash White. Good call, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Later, brother.
All right, bro. Wow, folks. I'm actually a little bit disturbed. I can't even lie to you guys, man. I'm a little bit disturbed after that footage, folks. Well, folks, yeah, man, good conversation, man. You know, like I said, people are starting to wake up, folks. You know, they're trying to push, you know, these two dudes onto us, chat. We have to say no. We have to say no to Luka and Aston at this point. This is insane to me. But yeah, folks, LeBron James at 41, regressing into a prime Magic Johnson, man. I'm telling y'all, this man could play another 4 more years, man, easily. That's on the low end, right? Seriously. Like I'm watching Devin Booker and these dudes yesterday versus OKC, man. Them dudes are garbage, man. Like, real talk. Like, there are so many garbage players. Like, I'm telling y'all, bro, I'm not buying this propaganda. They talking about they gonna give Steph Curry an extension. Like, I'm not buying this propaganda y'all selling, bro. I'm just not buying it, bro. Y'all keep talking about nobody's gonna want LeBron. I'm not buying that, chat. I'm sorry. Devin Booker just signed for $75 million a season. I'm sorry, chat. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. This man Dylan Brooks. Look at what Dylan Brooks did yesterday, chat. This man Dylan Brooks shot 6 for 22. 3 of 10 from the 3-point line. What did LeBron tell him? All that trolling, you need to make some shots, man. You need to stop all that trolling and make some shots, dude. You're a very good troll. We'll give you that. You're good at trolling, but can you hit some shots? Oh my God. This bum ass nigga went 6 for 22. Fucking bum. Fucking bum. Well, folks, like I said, good conversation tonight, man. We're going to pick things back up here soon, folks. So I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. This was another installment of The Locker Room. And now a quick word from Dweebers Pro.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
I'm so in love.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
I want to get back every day because it means so much to me.